WWE introduces more new titles, plus a TNA legend was backstage at AEW Dynamite last night, and we have a major update on Cody Rhodes' return to WWE. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. More titles. More titles. So many belts, it's like a sale at Marks and Spencer's. So last night, Stevie Turner, the Evolve general manager, revealed 2 shiny new belts to add to the WWE running order. They are the WWE Evolve Men's and Women's Championships. They are lovely belts.
They are very nice belts. I always sort of like wait until they bring out the studio photos of them where they don't necessarily have like all the glare of the lights and stuff on it, because sometimes they don't look the best. Those belts still do look pretty nice, but I do like when we get the nice studio shots of them.
Yeah, you want those nice clean ones, don't you, really? So in 3 weeks' time, we're going to crown the Evolve Women's Champion. A 4-way elimination match featuring Carly Armstrong, Wendy Chu, Kendall Gray, and one more TBA at the time of recording. Meanwhile, in 4 weeks' time, we're going to get a men's 4-way eliminator. Sean Legacy, the only name confirmed for that one so far. I've been enjoying what Evolve is about. I think it's one of those shows that gets a little bit lost in the shuffle with other things. But Sean Legacy is, I really like the cut of his jib. Him and Jack Cartwheel have been standouts for me on that show. I'm
looking forward to seeing whoever gets crowned them first. I've seen some people being like, oh, why have they got belts? Because it's only Evolve and this, that, and the other. But I kind of like the idea of someone solidifying themselves on one brand to then move to the next thing, which would be like the NXT, and also feel like a bit of a big deal when they do so as well.
And if you're having weekly television, you need something to fight for. You know, if NXT has the NXT titles, you have, the WWE ID titles on the indie scene. In Mulan, you have a girl worth fighting for. And Evolve, you have now these shiny new belts.
Yep.
And I think that's what you kind of need for that. And I think obviously it brings into the conversation, like WWE suddenly have a lot of titles. They have all the Raw titles, SmackDown titles. You have 2 iterations of the tag titles, the US titles, the women's US title, the men's title, men's IC title, the women's IC title.
He's getting confused.
All the NXT belts as well. You've got the WWE Speed Men's and Women's Championships that are basically non-canon on anything outside of the Elon Musk death spiral known as X. You've then got the WWE ID titles that are going to be for talent going through the WWE ID program on indie circuits, and now you got the Evolve titles. A lot of belts. The one thing that I think we said this before when the ID titles were introduced. The one thing when you compare this to other shows that have a lot of beltage is that these are at least in very perfectly formed divisions.
Yes.
So you're not going to have an issue where suddenly you need to get all these titles on a premium live event.
I think that's
They're not designed
isn't it?
for that.
No, they've got their own special place for their own separate things, which I think is good, because maybe when you get too much crossover between these things and the belts start turning up here and there and everywhere, everything kind of just gets a little bit lost in the shuffle and a bit confusing, a bit convoluted.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Evolve titles on main roster television. I want to see the Evolve titles on Evolve, and I want them to stay there, so don't you go anywhere else. Over to AEW we go, from the introduction of new belts to introduction of new talent. Update on Tekla, who is US bound. Reports were suggesting that she was heading to AEW. They have more on this today. Do Fightful Select, don't they, Andrew?
Yeah, they do, saying Fightful Select has learned after planning her move to the United States for quite some time, she's agreed that it's Tekla with All Elite Wrestling has officially signed. The deal was in the works for quite a while. Tekla hired representation to help her navigate the process of moving to North America and exploring her options. Fightful Select was told last year that WWE had their eye on Tekla when scouting international talent.
And obviously so, because she's ever so good.
Yes.
She's ever so good. I feel, however, that given the choice between a WWE run and an AEW run, I think she would probably be better showcased in AEW on this occasion.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think we spoke about this together on the news, I think last week as well, but she's had like programs with the likes of Athena as well. So her, maybe if she does go over there and does something with Athena, there's already something sort of planted there for her.
There's stories that can be told.
Yes.
I feel better in AEW / Ring of Honor than currently with WWE, where I feel like she would probably get lost in the shuffle on NXT. So I'm happy that she's going to be AEW bound, but not surprised that WWE took a look as well. Juice Robinson flavoured update for you. He's been out since November. Fibula injury during the Continental Classic. Fightful Select saying today that Juice Robinson is pretty well healthy. He's been pretty well healthy for nearly a month. Still awaits clearance from AEW for his return, though. I wonder whether we're just waiting for all the stars to align with the Bang Bang Gang to bang once again.
I think so. I think that's what it's been for a little while, hasn't it? But like you said, sort of, when it looks like that's going forward, then unfortunately somebody gets injured as well, and that gets taken away from us for a little bit longer. So I think you're right. I think they're just waiting for that time where we can just have them all back together, the Bang Bang Gang.
And how about this for a Bang Bang band back together? The Young Bucks New Japan Resurgence mystery partners for that 8-man against the Bullet Club War Dogs. It's been revealed.
It's just a sour boy.
It's the sour boy.
It's just a sour boy. Yes. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers. Luke Gallows revealed this on Twitch. Fightful Select also reports that Gallows and Carl Anderson are expected to be revealed as that mystery team. Carl Anderson also on Twitter posted a video being like, "We'll see you there, Young Bucks." The Good Brothers recently have been obviously released by WWE. They've been doing media to promote this weekend's show in Ontario, California as well. Fightful sources report that a deal was agreed between them some time ago, but because they were under WWE contract, nothing could be announced.
And now it can be. I think that's an obvious one. Put the Bucks and the Goods back together for New Japan. Maybe that bleeds over into AEW as well.
I think it probably will do, especially when we've got Forbidden Door coming up as well. I think we'll definitely see them pop up there.
I do love that. An uncivil Bullet Club war.
I like that as well.
That's a really nice idea. AEW Dynamite last night had a TNA legend roaming backstage. Jeff Jarrett captured the picture and it was shared on the My World Twitter account. It's only the alpha male Monty Brown.
The man with the best pounce in the game.
Lovely to see him backstage. So he was backstage visiting some friends, and what's lovely is that he's one of these guys that every time he just pops up onto the socials, on anywhere, there's just love for him.
Everybody loves him, don't they?
Him.
Yeah, not just like the fans, but the wrestlers as well always seem super happy to see him.
Yeah, exactly. Last time we saw him on wrestling television proper was during the pandemic, and he was putting over Murderhawk Lance Archer ahead of his match against John Moxley. Cut that amazing promo where he hadn't lost a single step. Mox, kick rocks, pounds, period. He was brilliant. I want to say, I don't know, obviously he stepped away for family matters from wrestling altogether. He feels like one of wrestling's big what ifs, you know?
I agree as well. That running TNA was, he was so good. And obviously, saw him in ECW as well, Marcus Corvon. And just didn't quite hit or reach that potential that he absolutely should have done. He's like you said, one of the biggest what ifs I feel like in wrestling.
It was nice to see the Master of the Pounce backstage, but could a former WWE champion pounce this Saturday?
PW Insider Elite reports that there's been at least one pitch, in quotations, for Cody Rhodes to return to WWE TV this Saturday at Backlash. They've not heard if this has been locked in at time of recording.
Now, he is listed as one of the featured stars for SmackDown on the Friday after Backlash. Of course, he was listed as a featured star for the Raw and SmackDown after Mania, if memory serves as well. So don't buy that till you eye that. But I feel like maybe Cody making a shock appearance at Backlash.
Yeah.
Gain a little bit of revenge on John Cena after the match against Orton.
Yeah, to stop Cena from maybe doing something dastardly to Randy Orton in St. Louis.
Very likely. Do you see Cody getting the belt back in the next 12 months?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, whilst I know a lot of people, and rightly so as well, have said that obviously whoever beats Cena, maybe it should be a younger star to really give them that rub and really solidify them as the next big thing. But I feel like maybe storyline wise, for it to sort of like come full circle and it be Cody to pick it up once again from Cena, I quite like the storyline implications for that.
There is a lot of implications. 9 pitches worth of implications waiting for you on the YouTube channel right now. Ross, Jack, and Andrew sharing their most creative of writings ahead of Backlash. Triple H told you to stop doing that.
He did. We also
just enjoy the ride, you prick.
Also throw the ones up for the green fly. The green fly. Throw the ones up for the green fly.
One's up there.
If you've seen the video, you'll know.
If you know, you know. One's up for the green fly. However, the Backlash story continues today. Predictions later on the channel?
Yes, predictions later on. And then me and Adam will be doing the live stream as well at youtube.com/cultaholic/live. And if you're a member of the Patreon too, me and Adam are going to be doing a watch along of WrestleMania X7 today. That is Thursday at 2 p.m. So do join in and join us for that.
And for the very latest of wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Just knocked over my G-subs. Kiss, kiss.
Love you, bye.